Hey guys, welcome back to Snake Limited. Today we are cutting clutch number 9. This is a very exciting clutch for me because this male is a pastel leopard orange dream, possible yellow belly, pied 100% het clown. So obviously I'm trying to prove out that het clown. He's a big breeder male for me this year because he's been bred to I think 4 or 5 females. 2 of which have the possibility of creating clown pieds for me and some really cool clown pied combos. This specific clutch was from a Spotnose clown female, so I'm really just trying to hit a bunch of clowns in this clutch. I can make Batmans in this clutch, which is a clown leopard Spotnose, but on top of that I have the ability to hit pastel OD Batmans and possibly yellow belly if this male does prove out to be yellow belly. So I'm also trying a new kind of setup for these videos. I was using a GoPro with the other ones where it'd kind of be a top-down view. I'm shooting these by myself, so it needs to be stationary. I'm going to try it with a nicer camera head on, and I'm going to try to zoom in to kind of show you what I'm cutting out of the eggs. So we had 9 eggs here. They all look good. And I actually have another clutch from a different male that I'm trying to prove out that was het clown that I'm going to be cutting actually right after this clutch. So hopefully he proves out to be clown too, because then I have 2 males that are pied het clown. So let's start off here. Again, roughly half of these snakes should be clowns. So, you know, visual clowns. If I hit 1 in here, I'm happy because then it at least proves out the male. If I don't hit any, then either I have really bad odds or he is not a clown. And I think we hit a clown on the first egg here. Yes, we did. I don't think it looks anything crazy. Might just be a leopard. I don't know if that'll zoom in there or not, but I think we have a leopard clown in there. Maybe a Batman, I don't know. But, so that proves this male out. So this male is definitely a clown, which is fantastic because then the 2 females that I'm trying to breed him to outside of this one are going to potentially be making me clown pieds. And I'm breeding him to a super pastel pied het clown in a, let's see what this other girl is, I actually forget. Pastel leopard clown het pied. She's possible super leopard. So, you know, nothing extraordinary. I wish I had like an OD female that could make me some clown pieds so that I could be hitting some like super OD clown pieds. But as long as I hit any clown pieds, I'd be happy with that because I have not produced one of those yet, and this will be the first year I can do that. It's really kind of my other big double recessive project other than lightning pieds. Ooh, this is another clown. This one is super faded out. Let me see if I can get this closer to the camera for you. So 2 clowns. If you can see that in there. That's pretty cool looking. That's really faded out. I would have, maybe that's a Spotnose pastel. That's very light. So I would assume it's usually when I see Spotnose in there, definitely pastel for how light it was. I'd like to try to prove out yellow belly. It's hard to kind of tell in these eggs because of how little you see of the snakes when they're in there. But I'm going to try to do my best to try to ID these while they're in there. But 2 so far are clowns, which is fantastic odds up to this point. Alright, let's see what egg number 3 has in store for us here. I really like the way OD looks in clowns, and I like the way OD looks in everything, which is why basically every single project I have has OD in it. So I'd really like to hit an OD Batman out of this clutch. That's going to be a powerful snake. If I hit any females, obviously, that are clown, they're going to be keepers. I think I hit another clown here. There's not a whole lot to see in here. It's kind of upside down, very light, very spotted. Got albumin leaking all over the place. Very, very cool. Got, it looks like 3 so far. I'm telling you, man, my odds this year have been fantastic with most of the clutches I've had. You know, I don't want to jinx myself and knock on wood, but I hope it keeps going, because this is like one of those years where, you know, this is my 5th year doing it. You know, I've put a lot of money into this, a lot of sweat into this, even some tears into this at some points, and I really need this year to work out for me. So far, you know, we've had some goods, we've had some ups, we've had some downs. You know, when I've had good luck, it's been really good luck. When I've kind of had bad luck, it's been bad luck, really bad luck. You know, entire clutches going bad or what have you. But when I've hit good odds, I'm hitting good odds, and we're doing it again here. Now this one, I would have to say would be Orange Dream, if you can see in there. It's a lot more orange than the other one. And I would probably say that would be Leopard too, just by the little bit of pattern that we have. And again, crushing it in odds. I've got 4 eggs, and 4 of them have been clowns so far. So the odds are fantastic at this point. I'm happy with 4 clowns, hoping that at least 2 of them are female. Those would be my holdbacks. So let's start cutting the other 5. All right, number 5, here we go. Let's see, let's keep the odds going. This is crazy. The last clutch I cut, I think it was a 10-egg clutch, and 7 or 8 of them ended up being pied when it was a pied to het pied pairing. It's the one with that real funky male that came out that I'm gonna have to send in for shed testing. So if I hit that many clowns in here, so that I'm not hitting any double hets, it's gonna be a good day. Because again, you know, instead of hitting double hets, if you hit a visual het combo rather than a double het, it definitely raises the price up and the value of those snakes. This guy's upside down. I think this is probably the first one I hit. That is not a visual clown. Let me see if you can see in there. Cool looking snake, nothing too crazy. Maybe a pastel OD. It's hard to see without anything else, not a whole lot in there. But so that'd be the first non-visual that we had. Non-visual clown, but that's okay, because again, we hit 4 already, and I am not very unhappy about that. Alright, so this is number 6. Let's see here. I don't want to be greedy, but would it be okay if I ask for another clown? So that we're over the odds, we're over 50%. I like being over 50%, especially with cool clutches like this that are high value to an extent. Oh, this is funky looking. I think this is also just a... Man, this is really hard to tell if it's a clown or not. I really can't tell just by looking at it right there. I don't think it is. I think it's just a really crazy, like, leopard spot nose. It's like a het Batman. Yeah, I think it's a het Batman. I know you can see the face there a little bit, but it's hard to tell in there. It's such a whacked out pattern. Definitely Spotnose in there. It might be a visual clown. I guess we'll see when it gets out. That's crazy looking. Again, it's a very washed out snake. And Spotnose, like Spotnose combos, especially when they're not in clown, they can really kind of like fade out some of the colors sometimes. I had a Spotnose male a few years ago that was a combo. I think he was actually leopard Spotnose, pastel, 1 or 2 other genes, and it really kind of almost like makes them look kind of like a blue tint almost to the snake. Really washes them out. That one's hard to tell though. It might be a clown, but it's really hard to say just from that little bit I have kind of poking out there. Over 50% here. This one's really light in color too. So I'll be curious to see what that one comes out looking like. It's hard to see, especially when you can't see faces and you just see a little bit of pattern here on the back end. It's really hard to tell kind of what genes you have in there. But now we're definitely, you know, definitely 5 clowns. 100% 5 clowns. The one that's not a clown, it's very kind of plain looking. The other one may or may not be a clown. If it's not a clown, it's really cool looking. That's really neat looking. I wonder what it is. I can't wait till it comes out. It's only one that's like sorta plain, nothing too crazy with it. Let's see, we've got 2 left. So I have like 9 eggs in this clutch, and I think I have 7 in the other one. I'm gonna be cutting them all kind of at the same time. Wow, I don't know what's going on here either. I would assume that's a clown because the pattern's way too reduced to not be a clown. Well, that's really neat looking. Yeah, that's probably definitely a clown. Just I can see the stripe right there. That's a really pretty snake. Hopefully that's a female. Hopefully that's a girl. Man, my incubation this year is kind of, I don't know what I'm doing here with the incubator, but I'm hitting odds, like crazy odds with percentages with hitting my recessives. And it's funny, I made like a comment kind of offhand as I was cutting the clutches from the other week, because the dad that I had, he sired 4 clutches. He was a Ultramel combo that was het pied. I bred him to 1 het pied, and I bred him to a het Ultramel, and I bred him to 2 visual pieds. I think I counted, like, out of the pied clutches, I had like 15 out of 19 eggs that ended up being pied with him. And 3 out of the 5 that I bred him to that were Ultramel were visual Ultramels. So what is that, 14? Was 18 out of 24 eggs that could have been either a visual or a het ended up being visual. 18 out of 24 or 19 out of 24. That's crazy odds. 19 out of 24 hatchlings that he produced ended up being visual recessives. You know, when it could have swung either way. So yeah, very, very happy with him. And it also turns out that he may have 2 additional codon genes in him as well. He was sold to me as an OD leopard firefly from Aussie Ultramel, but it turns out Aussie thinks he's Enchi, and I think he might be yellow belly too. So I'm actually sending out some shed tests from his hatchlings to see if that's what's going on. This one is just a regular, I'd probably say it might be a Spotnose, you know, het clown, double het clown pied. If you can see that in there. See if you can see the colors. Cool looking snake. Spotnose, I don't know what else would be in there. It's kind of too light just to be a plain Spotnose. So, what we hit here, 9 eggs. I have 2 that are 100% definitely double hets. 1 that's I'm kind of on the fence about. And then I have 6 for sure that are clown combos that are 100% het for pied, which is fantastic. So I'm trying to build out my clown pied project. I have this male was bred to 4 or 5 females at this point. I think 2 of his clutches are in the incubator. 2 of them should be laid this month or next month, and then I believe I'm still breeding them to 1 or 2 other females to try to prove out if they're clown pieds or not. I also have another male, which is the next clutch I'm cutting, that I am trying to prove out if he is pied het clown as well, trying to breed him to a clown female, so that I have 2 males going that are in the clown pied project. Really just trying to get as many holdbacks as I can, trying to work in my favorite genes, which are OD and yellow belly, into these combos. Awesome results here. 6 or 7 visual clowns when I should have only had 4 or 5. So very happy with that, and some really cool funky looking ones too that I hope end up being females. So thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Hopefully this clutch cutting went better with the way I handled it. Let me know down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.